This video is for teams who are using stage gates or who want to start using stage gates before moving on to the next stage or section of a project. Now, in this example, I have a set of tasks that are happening before this all-site supervision section of the task list starts. So it's kind of in my mind and in how this project process works, there needs to be a meeting or an approval process that happens before this next stage or section of the project begins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a task after install equipment and before all site supervision, and I want this task that's going to fall after install equipment to be a successor of this task. So I'm going to right click over here, I'm going to hit insert task successor. Now it's going to choose install equipment as its predecessor. I'm going to call this review meeting task. Hit enter. And for this task, I should probably put in how long it's going to take. I'm going to give 2 days for this to take place, and the meeting should only take 2 hours or an hour or so. So let's just put 2 hours to be safe, and then let's go ahead and hit save. I'm going to put my admin on this task. He's going to be the one that's marking it as completed. Okay, so now I've put that in there. Now I want to put that kind of official approval on it. Now it's not just like any other task where I want to mark it done or not. I actually want there to be an approval to myself so that I know that it took place and that I know what they discussed and actually check that off and have there be a timestamp of when I did that so I can make sure that's reportable and appear in our historical references there. So in there, I'm actually going to go into the task and I'm going to add an approval. Now this meeting hasn't taken place yet, so I actually don't want to generate the approval and start it and kind of push it off to get going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an inactive approval that all Michael has to do, or um, whoever the task owner has to do, is just go ahead and initiate the approval. So I'm going to send it to me. I want it to be the one that approves it, and really I don't need to put anything else in. I don't need to put a deadline date. I just need to make sure that the approval is not active yet, and go ahead and hit save. So now when Michael gets the task, he'll come in here, he'll come to the approval, he'll edit it, go ahead and hit activate, and then hit save, and then that's going to get routed to me for approval. Now going back to the task list, I want to know as a PM which task has that that sort of stage gate, that approval. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the column approval. I'm going to put that next to the name. So refresh. And now I can see that which task has the approval review meeting. It's not active yet. It hasn't happened. Hasn't even been sent yet. Once Michael sends that approval to me, it'll say pending, and once I approve it, it'll say approved. Just to see that happen in real life here, let's say I'm Michael now. I go in to complete my work. I maybe put a description as this is what happened during the meeting. And then just put some information in there, activate it, and send it. Now I, as Dylan, can come in to the task. I will get a notification in my approvals home and also up in my notification bar, or an email as well. And it will say, hey, this is now pending. I can come to the task. I can go to it from my home screen here and automatically get it. If I go back to my home screen, I can see the approvals that are happening right now. I can go to my approval review meeting. This is what happened during the meeting. I can go ahead and approve it. Now if I go back to the task, back to the task list, it'll say approved, and I can kind of keep track of that, and if there are more stage gates throughout the process, then I can do that. You also notice that when I approved it, it automatically marked the task as done, so that I can now see that Michael has finished his work since I have approved his task.